I don't think you guys know how powerful ChatGPT is. I think it's one thing to just put it as a, hey, ChatGPT, I'm trying to send this message to so and so. Please help me fix it. It's literally 0.0% of what ChatGPT can do for you. Like, that thing is so powerful. AI is so powerful that people don't understand how powerful that thing is. And I'm gonna put it in simple terms that maybe it will help you. ChatGPT can go through millions of information, files, articles in literal split seconds and give you an output. I think billions of billions of information and give you an output in literal seconds. This whole thing could have somehow been avoided by content creators if their thing, and I'm going to tell you guys how I almost got scammed and how ChatGPT saved me. So I was going through the most in my corporate job, and I wanted to leave. I was bendigoa. So I was desperate for a job. I was literally, if any opportunity comes, I was going to be the first person out of that company. I get approached on LinkedIn by this other lady. She's from some African country. And she's like, there's this opportunity, blah, blah, blah. We saw your profile. I think you'd be a good fit for this thing, right? Okay, cool. I'm like, okay, I'm interested. And she set up an interview, like, to just introduce myself to the people of the company. Normally, that's how interviews are done, or I thought. Okay, she sent me an invite to say, okay, this is a date for the interview, and obviously I'm going to meet my colleagues, right? Fine. Okay, fine. We do the interview. On the day of the interview, mind you, when she sent me the Microsoft Teams invite to this meeting, the other panel lists were not there. It was just her name and then mine. That's it. Because normally when you have an interview, they'll give you like a list of names as panelists and something like that. So a lot of times when you give me the names of those people, I'll go to LinkedIn, search information about those people to make sure that I can approach the interview better. But this wasn't the case. Okay, fine. On the day of the interview, this was the red flag. I had my video thingy on. They could see me. Everyone else in the panel wasn't on. There were two guys. One said to be my potential colleague, and the other one, he didn't have his audio on, he didn't have his video on. And then the HR lady, which was from the African country. We do the interview. Obviously, I have my screen on. I can't see if anybody else on the panel, right? Okay, fine. And then during the interview, obviously, I asked the questions about the company, if they have the website, and what they're actually trying to build. And this guy was very honest to say, hey, this is what we're trying to build in Africa. Understand? Okay. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he gave me the company's name. He gave me the website and everything like that. Understand? But he did say that during the process of us creating this whole thing that they want to create, I'll be that side of the world. Obviously went to Google. I Googled the company. I just put it there on Google. Google gave me good results. It gave me the website. The website looked good. So-and-so looked good. Everything was fine. Something in me wasn't just sitting right. And because this thing wasn't sitting right, I went to ChatGPT. I was like, I gave ChatGPT the name of the company, the website, and if this is legit. That's what I wrote. I didn't even give him stories and millions of things. No, I just gave him those things. ChatGPT went through the whole entire Google Kesana. It went through the whole entire Google. It gave me information. It laid out the pros and cons of the whole thing. And he said, even gave me, okay, this is where I got the information. This is what other people were concerned about. On Google, when I did that mini Google search, it didn't give me that information. When I was done, I knew that this company is a red flag. And I didn't pursue anything further with that company. Simple ChatGPT search. In split second, it gave me things, the smaller things that I wouldn't have seen. When I did a campaign, for example, for Also Heavenly on my Instagram, I remember because I use Also Heavenly, I put the two products and I asked ChatGPT what's the difference, and it gave me all the information why this one is better than this one and the benefits of this one. If a lot of these influencers had just put in the word Alabuga, okay, I'm lying, I don't know what Alabuga or whatever company thing is, it could have saved. If it's not legit, it could have saved. And this is just not even for the influencers. If you're on the market searching for a job, if something is even too good to be true, you can get ChatGPT. And if it doesn't give you the thing that you want, put in your worries there. Hore, I'm worried about 1, 2, 3. Try to figure out this information with something that knows better. Not another influencer. Not another video of another influencer who went to Russia and said, oh, if this one did it, I'll also do it. ChatGPT could have been a solution to this whole situation that we're dealing with right now on TikTok. ChatGPT can save you from getting into the worst company ever. ChatGPT can also save you from, example, let's say you want to travel to another country. ChatGPT can give you the information about that specific area that you want to visit. ChatGPT, you just put in an information, it does the whole work for you. This is what we call research. If you had done research via ChatGPT, then maybe. Because that thing is so powerful. That thing, it's, that thing is so, and that's why it disrupts the world. It doesn't just disrupt the email you're trying to send to your manager with your office in English. That's me, by the way. It doesn't. If you're trying to buy a house at so and so area, ChatGPT. If you're trying to buy a so and so car, the Chinese have penetrated the industry. ChatGPT. If you wanna do something with someone from ChatGPT, cause Sanalwa, digital footprint. ChatGPT is powerful. Use it. And use it correctly. Use it to save your life. Use ChatGPT. Sanalwam.
Uyabona laba ama content creator lokuthi we didn't know, we are sorry, wow, we don't know what to say. Mase nithi lapha kuma comment nenze sure ukuthi nithi I forgive you. Ningasibali thina. Ningathi we because there's no shooting ngizofaka nathi asihlangani lapho thina. We want justice and bayisuthi imali abanye bahamba ama trip beshawa chairs emarush for in siyenza research uthi uyenza research umuntu utshelwe uye umnikazi we project research vele ngizokutshela lento ufuna ukuyizwa khuluma ngeyakho research eyakho ethi wena ugula go to YouTube. Hey bonina manibona imali vele nje.
Yabona mina ndiyaluva uxolo leli lama influencer, ndiyaluva uxolo leni. Kodwa ngosifuna uyi forward. Andithi wonke umuntu uza nento ethi ebengazi ne wonke umuntu ebengazi wonke umuntu ebengekaza yenza uba ebeyazi. Okay, it's fine. Allegedly kuthiwa nikezwe 150,000 for this gig. Right, kabi lo mali andithi beningazi and futhi beningazi uyithatha uba benazi. Kulungile, thathani lo mali ke nihambe no-donate ngayo kwama-orphanages and nikhethe i-age right manithi 18 ngoba i-most ama-orphanages masofika ku-18 usenandawo yaxothwa. Kuthiwa hamba ufuna umsebenzi and masofika ku-18 it's rare ukuthi ufumane ifamily ezokwazi ukuku-adopta because wena somdala basically, wena nje somdala nje. Ne-right ke baninzi abantwana abahlala le ezilalini abangenama-pads, abangena-access to ama-pads, abafaka ama-cloth xa bekwama-periods nje. Baninzi abantwana abafundayo abangamantombazana abangenabhaka, baninzi abantwana abanukubezwa bafumana abantwana abahlala nabantwana, baninzi abantwana bakwi-teenage pregnancy, not ukuthi umuntu ebezifunela kodwa ngesimo kwenzeka, ngesimo angathandi ngaso. Thathani lo mali ke nihambe nonikela ngayo, yonke imali thathani nihambe nonikela ngayo. Zininzi nje izinto ongazenza, nime nje ngoxolo. Uxolo siluvile nonke nitsho into eyi-1 beningazi and obunye bubuxoki obonithi hayi mna bengekho online. Ningama-content creator nintoni yiyo, ningama-content creator niphilela u-social media, nihleli ku-social media, nisebenza ku-social media. Aninabo 9 to 5 nina enithi hayi umuntu uzothi hayi benise-ofisini I had back-to-back meetings. Aninabo 9 to 5 nina. Anikho ko-call center apho uzothi bendibhizi ama-customer, anikho kwa-retail apho uzothi hey ama-customer bendibhizi phaa ethilini, bendibhizi phaa ndipheka i-merchandise. Niyaxoka nina, niyaxoka, ningamamenemene amabhedengu. Thathani lo mali ke, thathani lo mali nidonate ngayo. Nditsho noma kuthiwa anikayifumani imali leyo, noba kuthiwa nisazoyifumana kakade, thathani ke imali ke yenu from your pockets nihambe nodonate ngayo, nihambe niyonceda kwi-charity. Zininzi futhi nje kakhulu nje inkosi yami i-charity ezinabantwana abahlukumezekile. Qhubekani banceda. Ndithi nini i-main aim yenu bekunceda abantwana. Thathani iwes, niyafunda nina, nifunda phaa ko-DT ko-UKZN, niyafunda nina, right? Thathani imali ke le nifanda abantwana bakwazi ukubhatala u-CEO ba-apply abantwana bayofunda njengani. Nina ningamaqiliqithi, ninenhliziyo ende futhi ninomrhobholo.
Nganza wethu akwazi umntwana uthi hawufona hali, akwazi ukuthi i-hostility le enhlulwe ukuyifihla kuma-vlog enu, akwazi ukuthi ayibanga isayini yokuthi khona ukushaya amanzi kulento. Akwazi ukuthi nje nikhethe imali niyithande ngale ndlela ukuthi ni-overlook-e leyo hostility, ngoba niyazi ukuthi manishutha amanye ama-content bani pieces for ama-brand la, anikaze nize nifile hostile, anikaze nibe naleyo guilt. Akwazi mina futhi angikholwa ukuthi anisibona abantu, ukuthi nivele nje ningafili any sort of discernment around leyo nto leyo. Akwazi mina ngiseche kanye ngabona ukuthi content correct la amavidiyo ngo-2023 yakhona akhuluma ngalento, kodwa nina aniyifundi iy'ndaba, niphila nje ku-TikTok, niphila ku-social media, izinto ezenzeka empilweni eyi-serious anina ndaba nazo. Nama-influencer makwenziwa imali kuphela, makumnandi kuphela, makudanswa kuphela. Nibadala manje, niyabona ukuthi nenzeni, and then nikhethe ukuthi ningenzi i-due diligence. Bengazi umdala manje, umdala ukhethe ukungazi. Akwazi ukuthi wena ungavuka nje ugitsheliswe ibhanoyi bakunika u-150,000 rand, bathi biza iy'ngane specifically ezamantombazane eze-between 18 and 22 okumele ngabe ziyahamba ziyorejista ema-university wena uyayibiza ukuthi zihambe ziyarasha. Niphula ikusasa ley'ngane, niphula imindeni, niphula izinto ey'ningi bafethu. Kwakuthi nje ninikeza amandla ukuthi i-program enkulu kanje ake sithi i-legit, shuthi nje uhulumeni wethu akekho involved kuleyo nto leyo. Ngiyakhumbula ngathi iy'ngane ihamba ziyokwenza medicine eCuba, nambona uhulumeni wethu exhawula isandla nabantu baseCuba ngithi, okukhombisa ukuthi yebo kunobudlelwane. Nina niyitshela ukuthi no osomandla ngale ndlela ukuthi nina enzoba ukuxhawulwa kwesandla okukhombisa ukuthi guys it's safe to go, y'all can go to Russia. Ninika amandla ama-influencer. How ama-influencer how ngacabanga ngasho kodwa how kangaka pho nyekeni nama-video okuxolisa, yekani ukuxolisa, ake niphume ku-social media nihambe manje thathani leave ngoba nalaba basithi siyanixolela ngoba umuhle. Kuyaphela ubuhle manje, sifuna ingqondo, sifuna umuntu okwazi ukusebenzisa ingqondo. Asinandaba nobuhle. Ubuhle ibona obudala ukuthi asazi ukuthi singakanani. We don't have records of how many people have gone to Russia, okay? We don't. We don't know. And it's because of beauty. Ubuhle manje participate kwi-human trafficking. Yekani indaba yobuhle. Siyaxolela ngoba umuhle, siyaxolela ngoba uyangiphendula ama-comment. Nani nje futhi as ama-commenters engazuthi ingqondo ihamba iphele very quickly futhi. Ake ngicabange, angisho ukuthi asibamba amagqubu, and it's so weird because I'm a person who would normally say let's just forgive them, but like isifundo kumele sifunde guys. At some point ibhad ukuthi you guys will be the face of isifundo, but this is where we make the lesson known. And men kancane ngama-apology man, yabo nje namhlanje phuma ne-social media, thatha i-break and reflect. Nganze akuhambi kahle. Ake niphumeni emafonini, niyeke amafoni kancane, cima ifoni, yabo kube isaphuma ibhetshi, bengizothi khipha ibhetshi ubeke ifoni eceleni nicabange.
Nizongixolela ngenhlamba engenzeka ukuthi ngaphunyuka when I say this. Yabo. Angeke ngize ngiqiqa amagula ngiyele nale. Lama influencers ethu lawa ayenze ukuthi izingane zipaka ikhwama ziye ngale eRussia osima aya nani futhi labo basese baposte ama video apologize. I didn't know. I sincerely lesingisi esicikayo. I sincerely apologize. Nani sijwala kabi bafethu. Mina nje from me ngizothi nje fusekani okwangempela nina apologize ayikho into ezoyishintsha because ingane zebantu leziya. Ingane zebantu leziyana sima nawo nina nonke niyazazi eniyenzile yonke lento le. Nabo Hope, I just saw Hope's video now and I'm just like ini uzubhale phansi ne-apology uyayifunda. Hey, I'm sorry, you are sorry. Ingane zebantu leza sikhuluma ngempilo la, asikhulumi ngokudlala la, sikhuluma ngempilo. Bafethu nangithi ukuthi ngithini fusekani nina mengakaboshwa kukhulumela nekwenziwe kunina. You guys thinking ukuthi you're gonna take a video and post on social media is gonna make everything okay. Nishelele nawa ke bomunu ngoba it's not gonna make everything okay. Niyasinyela 1, nisijwayela kabi 2, and thina ngesize sincenge niyonceka honyoko bafana bami. Niyangizwa ukuthi ngithini? Angesize sincenge niyonceka honyoko. Niyangizwa ukuthi ngithini? Ingane zebantu ezincane leziya. Batayisela iphupho. Ubatayisela iphupho. You guys were selling to hey. Mina Sham, I'm not taking any apology. Noma ningaxobisa inyembezi on your videos nifuna ukuyikhalisa saying you are sorry, you didn't know. Le mali lena ke bafethu enitholileke nizoyihlanganisa nenze iplan lokuthi nina aniboshwe kahle. Mina ngisho njalo nina aniboshwe. Umkhanazi must do something to you guys. Angake nize ngixolise and then you think everything is okay. It is not okay. Mina vele ngithukuthele Shem. Ngithukuthele angikho right right now, and you guys angeke see my love, it doesn't work like that baby girl ne ayisebenzi kanjalo. Mina ngithi nihlakaniphile kanti nilele, ngithi nihlakaniphile ngiyambona kusayenpush yena vele angimbeka ngavele entweni yabantu abaphusile uyayibona sima aya baby awufundi kanti anibonanga ukuthi something is beating the waters. Bebathi 18 to 22 lapho Nkosi yami besifazane balahleka njalo nenze njena nina bese umuntu ezothi I didn't know. Into engicikayo wonke lama apologies enu ayafana man, akekho chazayo. Anikhazi nina nonke kamagula niyalena le anikhazi anisho into straight. Lento zenu ziyafana. Uhope uzubhale uze wabhala nina aniboshwe ninoboshwani nina niyaboshwa bese siyaphuma kini lento lenenzayo mina ngizwe bafana bami ngiyangizwa ukuthi ngithini angizwe. I'm not someone that always comes to social media ngikhuluma angikhulumi mina ngivele nje ngimemezele ngibanga umsindo wami kodwa cha manje shem nisijwayela kabi. Mina ngithi nje fuck off bafana bami ngiyangizwa ukuthi ngithini onenkinga angibhalele ngiyangizwa ukuthi ngithini ngithi nje fusekani nani laba nithi we forgive you hey now we love you we know hey the apology genuine yokunuka inkingi lesingisi genuine yokunuka. Mina I'm not taking any apology ngiyangizwa ukuthi ngithini ngiyazi ukuthi angazi ne angifuni nokuthi ngazi ngoba ngiyabona la aniphusile apology I sincerely ilesingisi I didn't know everything seemed okay. Nisho njalo nang everything seemed it looked legit. Ngampila munye umuntu. Lina nenza ngathi labantwana bakhiwe esihlahleni. Ingane zebantu leziyana man. Ingane zebantu. Yokaze acting as if kuvele nje akashaywa ikhwela lengane zavela ngekhona. It doesn't work like that emhlabeni. Impilo yomuntu le. Yabanina. Mina mele niboshwe nini. Nizoboshwa mele nisuwe lenzo lawa yabona nina yabo bathi we forgive you fusekani kwanina ke manje nonke la enonenkinga mina bafethu unfollower unblock noma nenenyelana nini inkinga yeni leyo nenyelana nini we apologize manake lo sorry wakho ke uzoshintsha manje usipostile video waxolisa lethutha ezikufollowayo vele ziyithutha lethutha ezikufollowayo wena ke zathi we nakunjana you we forgive you genuine usuxolisile ke manje bakuforgive ingane zebantu inkinga yini niyaphapha nina ndanithi deep thorough research inini bese uyabuya kithi manje uthi wena you didn't know mina bafethu you can unfollow me shemne angincenge umuntu la ku TikTok vele ngizoncenga uma wami njengoba nani ngizoncenga onyoko benu nani nizokwenza kanjani yabona into eniyenzayo mina ngiyizwa mina le qala phansi nisho into enenqondo yabona into nisho uthi hey mina I didn't know uze uthi lo mngani wenu mina I was offline for 2 days ngiqhamuka manje I'm being tagged omunye uthi hey my wife is in hospital giving sihlangana uphini yabona ngane le give birth akayifaka eloprenini ayise Russia naye lapha bayisekhona ingane zebantu nina nithe ingane zebantu ayiqoqe impahla zazo bafana bami wo yabona nina nenenyelana nini nizoqala phansi ke bafana bami nenza amavideo okuchaza ningaxolisi yabona uxolo amasimba lento lenishoyo uxolo lamanyana nina mele nichaze manje sifuna explanation sorry mina ngimuzwa nginenkinga nalo sorry Nkosi yami lo sorry no didn't know ingane abantu ayikho la bazali balengane ayikhiwanga esihlahleni nengane zebantu zizelwe mina ngifuna explanation. I went there and everything seemed wena ukho show wena ngalento ishoyo seemed okay nani ukho show ngalento yabona futhi nomunye ke uthulile usiyamthanda nombani igama lakhe wesi lo nthabise uMasimbe Pink Fair ungibona live yakhe akekho yamazi sorry lento mazana ngalento ayenzile futhi uwesi usaqhubeka usendela abantu ama-text ufuna baqhubeka ngalomsangano wabo ngiyangisanganela mina angazi ngabo bonke abanye abantu laba abanithanda abagula kanye nani amakhanda nebasangane mina nangisanganela ke mina ningasaxolisi bafethu uxoxelo ngeke lize lisuze ngalutho manje ngeze size ngalutho chazani mengiqeda ukuchazwa nina deserve ukuboshwa izandla nenyawo ngalento eniyenzile ngiyangizwa ukuthi ngithini mina shame mina ngiblockeni ningi-unfollowe fusekani nje futhi ngithi nje mina fuck off ngimile la kuthenini ingane zebantu leziya ingane zebantu fuck off and thank you.
Alright, Shapo, siyanibona ke bo Sign Bush, Osima, Othando, or Aya, or Zile, and the list goes on. We see that you guys are apologizing. Okay, cool. We forgive you, right? But now what must happen to Lamanto Mazana Lawa Ahambile Aya Irashia? What must happen to them? Because now abanye babo they are forced to balale no baba badala. Umuntu usuka South Africa engakwazi ngisho nokupheka kodwa that side uyahamba kuthiwa eyokhandiswa ibomb eyowenziswa ama-drone eyolaliswa namakhehla. Are you guys okay in the head? The fact ukuthi ama-influencers ethu were even paid 150,000 rand each in order for them to promote this scandalous thing. Now amantombazana astakile lapho. Please you tell me what must happen. Okay, and these girls can't even book flights back home because they do not earn enough money. Like, it doesn't make sense. Please do your research. Sometimes you try and advertise something that will put our girls in South Africa or anywhere in the world in danger, because this is not it.
Guys, why is no one talking about the numbers? Why is no one talking about the numbers? So if these influencers were offered like 80 to 100K, right? They have over 1 million followers. So they can easily reach 1,000 people to register. And if that's the case, if when we was recruit about 1,000 to register, shooting clock one we take 100 rand. Or in clock one we take 80 rand. Shooting below amount is worth 80 rand out there. It sounds like a lot to you, a pocket in good okay bang nigili 85,000. But in reality akona abag nigang 85,000, bag nigi 80 rand per page then. Bag nigi 100 rand per head. You can reach 1,000 people, you can. That's what you sold people for. If Vele, it's human trafficking. No ways.
More I hate than to scroll and come across a fake apology video from an influencer who's only sorry that they got caught and not because they fully gauged the extent of the damage they've caused. They're only sorry because now they might be facing consequences, and it's a might because, mind you, all that popularity is protective. Cancel culture is selective. If you're popular, if you tick certain societal boxes, you're exempt. And they only sorry because now it's come out that these girls are stuck in a foreign country being abused and exploited. And it's always a poor black girl. You guys let those people take one of your own, all because of money. You guys are already so moneyed. You get money for doing absolutely nothing. And I'm not sorry about it. This glorified influencer lifestyle for doing absolutely nothing. And you have the power and the platform and you say absolutely nothing. And then when you cause harm and you put other people's lives at risk, all you do is sit again and make fake apology videos. Again, you are doing absolutely nothing. Your apology means nothing.
It makes sense now why influencers don't involve themselves in, political issues, socio-political issues, socio-economic issues affecting South Africa. It makes sense now. They are actually part of the syndicate. They are part of the long list of drug cartels, corrupt politicians. They are actually part of the problem, they're lower ranking, obviously, because because you cannot tell me that those girls had no idea that program was a front for trafficking, for human trafficking. I don't know. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe these girls were hired and these girls were offered money and they were told, can you maybe be the face and because you have a fan base and do this, promote this idea or promote this program or advertise this program, and they didn't really care to know or did know about, or maybe they were lied to, I don't know, but it kind of makes sense why they are more interested in doing an outfit of the day and doing a get ready with me and doing a November damp while our country is going up in smokes. They're more interested in showing you guys their new Coach bag and their new Louis Vuitton bag and their new Gucci bag. It's, trying to sell the dream to you guys. It's because they are actually working with these corrupt politicians. They're working with these drug cartels. They are part of the problem. They are part of the syndicate. They're part of, yeah, makes sense because wow.
It didn't start with the Russia Alabuga program. Your favorite influencers have been unethical and immoral from the beginning of time. I mean, they literally sell skin bleaching products to their audience. By the way, skin bleaching products are illegal in South Africa, and they cause cancer, liver failure, among many other diseases. They've been promoting illegal forex schemes to their audience, resulting in people losing their life savings. They promote platforms like Betway, Hollywood Bets, and many others, which put young people into a cycle of gambling addiction and debt. That's just among the few that your favorite influencers have done. My question is, what does it say about us when the people we deem as influential to the youth in society behave in this manner? What does it say about us? Because we, as the audience, are the people who prop them up on this pedestal. We put them on the pedestal. So what does it say about our moral compass and our moral code when these are the people we say are the cream of the crop of society?
If you have not heard of the Alabuga Start program, where have you been? This is a matter of national importance and we have to talk about it. Hi guys, I'm Lion, the voice of marketing and your friend in all things marketing, brand building, and sometimes pop culture. Now, social media has been ablaze over the past couple of days because people are angry about something called the Alabuga Start program that stems from Russia. Now, sources are reporting that over 200 African women aged between the ages of 18 to about 24 for stretching it have been employed in Tatastan's Alabuga Special Economic Zone. And this is a company in Russia that specializes in weapons. It's a factory that creates weapons. And they've also been cited to employ Russian minors to the age of even 15 years old. Now, there are lots of international sources that have been investigating Alabuga over the past couple of years, but it's only really catching smoke right now. It's becoming a very big story right now, and I will tell you why. Now, for the purposes of a case as sensitive as this, I'm going to be reading quite a few things. One of the sources I've used is the Business and Human Rights Resource Center, because they're able to unpack this matter from a human trafficking perspective and also from a business and social media perspective. And I think it's very important to cite sources that actually understand the nuances of these kinds of cases. Now, a lot of South Africans are mad because Alabuga used really well-known and popular South African influencers to spread the message about this opportunity. And I'm saying opportunity in inverted commas, because what Alabuga did essentially is, instead of being honest and forthright about what's actually happening, they positioned this as an employment opportunity where they're empowering young African women. But it turns out that's really not what they're doing. So one of the questions we're asking is this a case of people just being upset because standards haven't been met? Or are they upset because this is a case about human trafficking? But let me read some of this to you so we can have a proper conversation. Now, it says, around 200 women from Africa were employed in a factory in Tatastan's Alabuga Special Economic Zone, working alongside Russian vocational students, some as young as 15, in the weapons factory. The women often did not realize they'd be making weapons until after arrival. During recruitment, they were told that they would be joining a work-study program in fields such as hospitality. In the factory, the women experienced labor rights violations, including long hours, surveillance, lower wages than those promised to them, difficulties leaving the factory, restrictions on talking to the media or other outsiders about their work, and occupational health and safety violations, including working with chemicals that injured their skin. Now, Ravina Shamdasani, who's the spokesperson for the UN High Commission, says, these actions, Russia's actions, could potentially fulfill the criteria of trafficking if the recruitment is fraudulent and the purpose is exploitation. The Associated Press also analyzed hundreds of videos of the online recruitment program targeting the African women called Alabuga Start. The recruitment drive has been done on social media through videos and the hiring of influencers, including on TikTok, Facebook as part of Meta, and Telegram.
In November, the Business and Human Rights Resource Center invited Meta, Telegram, and TikTok to respond to the article and to disclose whether they have identified the Alabuga Start scheme being advertised on their pages, whether they determine these contravene community guidelines, and how they are responding to the emerging trend of recruitment from Africa to Russian weapons factories. TikTok and Meta's responses can be read down below. So basically in this article, they're showing you that TikTok and Meta responded, but Telegram did not respond, which also raises eyebrows about their contribution to this entire scheme. When you read more about the case, it's actually quite clear that a lot of human rights violations happened, and that this case can be described as a type of human trafficking. In fact, there was even a conversation that Bongani Bingwa had on his radio show on 702, speaking to the CEO of the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, and he says that this can be constituted as human trafficking. So obviously social media is upset at the influencers who were marketing or advertising this as a great opportunity. However, I'd like us to look at this conversation from different angles just so we can see the possibilities of why certain things happened. Firstly, as somebody who's worked with influencers and worked with them on campaigns and been at the back end of things, what I've been able to observe is that a lot of influencers don't actually understand how to navigate their craft and to make it safe for them as well, not just for the consumers that they are selling things to or that they are promoting things to. So most influencers don't know about the companies that they are promoting for. They don't really have a lot of knowledge about that. And because they tend to work with reputable brands, they don't face consequences of marketing companies that are not good or that are trying to do something insidious, because the brands are actually legitimate brands. And now this case is actually showing that you need to do your research as an influencer, because you can't just trust that because something has headquarters or that it has a logo, that it is a reputable company or that they're doing the right thing. So what I found is that influencers need an education about how to navigate the career safely, which is the reason why I create the content that I create on my YouTube, especially, where I give you the steps how to navigate your career as an influencer and a creator, so you don't find yourself in situations like this. However, I want us to also think about the fact that Meta, TikTok, and Telegram were all questioned about their involvement in this because they were allowing the campaign to be peddled on their platforms, and that Telegram refused to respond. Now, luckily, Meta and TikTok did respond, and I want to read you TikTok's response. Thank you for your email dated November 11, 2024, in which you invited TikTok to respond to allegations that advertising on social media platforms, including TikTok, are being used to recruit young African women into Russian factories making weapons of war under exploitative conditions. We appreciate the opportunity to provide detail on our policies surrounding human exploitation. Last month, TikTok became aware of the Alabuga Start recruitment drive, which was using social media platforms to recruit African women to work in a Russian drone factory. We determined that Alabuga Start content violates our community guidelines against human exploitation. We then quickly conducted a platform investigation to identify, remove, and ban accounts and videos associated with Alabuga Start. We're continuing to monitor our platform for new content related to the scheme, as well as other attempts to exploit members of our community while on TikTok. TikTok is committed to upholding human dignity, and our community guidelines explicitly prohibit human exploitation. This prohibition on exploitation includes taking advantage of vulnerable people in connection with trafficking and smuggling.
Hey guys, I just came back from school. Now my phone is charging. This obviously couldn't wait because I realized I could be pushing a false narrative by still keeping my video on. Charge phone to remove a video. 2 reasons why. I did that video dingana knowledge of what is happening, because the one TikTok, I think it's 2 or 3. I only saw one TikTok whereby a creator was talking about it, and it was I think I'm like username ngathi xolela okanye xolelwa, I'm not too sure, but nguxole username yakhe enomsindo hayibo. And then ke ngoku ndabona, and then the other videos that I saw
were videos of people who were using sounds, and then they had captions on the videos. Yeah. So I only saw this thing about this whole Russia situation today. Like since it's only come up on my free page namhlanje. Yabo. So I obviously saw like the comments, and I appreciate constructive criticism a lot, because I've learned a lot, and I realized man, when say video ungazinto. I appreciate each and every individual that took their time to tell me ukuthi chulu iplot uyiphosile ngokuyibhola awuyiganganga. Yabo, bangixelela kakuhle bana the severity of the situation inje kwathini imbi kwa into edibene human trafficking imbi, guys. Yabo, but I think the main point yam kula video was mainly because kwezi videos bendizibona ne abantu were focusing on holding these influencers accountable. Yabo, so ndimani ndisibuza okay ke ewe sizawuba hold accountable, but kaloku i-victims ezizipha eRussia ithini into yabo. Andikabona ivideo kusithiwa ba i-update it excuse me, okanye ikhona i-petition esiyisayinayo, donation, like kwenziwa ntoni for uba babuye. I did say in my video ukubana yenzekile, and I see nalapho ba people misinterpreted what I said, and what I meant is that ewe yenzekile as in the damage has been done by these influencers. Yintoni ke ngoku into ezokwenziwa for uba babuyiswe. Yabo, bazoba held accountable. And I feel like kuzo zonke is like comments and also the videos that I was sent. A few of my usuals sent me like videos ba chulu ile information unayo awunayo sweetheart. Yabo, so banithumelela again, I watched the videos, ndiyabukela neka Dominic naqomba sana ile situation is way more severe than what I had perceived from my For You page. I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to each and every individual that was offended by what I said, because I said what I said based on the videos that I saw, which is 3 videos. And yeah, if I pushed a false narrative, I do not support a behavior as I influencers. Nalabo, I didn't know ukubana they were arrogant, because then ngakabona response or one response bendiyibonile beyekasima, and she was apologizing in the comments. Yabona kama like uya apologizer, but ke ngoku ingxaki is that apology is obviously not enough. Like kuza mababuye kaloku ithini intshukumo. Yabo. So, but apparently, kesana usayan, I don't know who gave creative or can you gave influencer exime comments. Abanye are saying he drama. Haibo drama. Omnye uti respectfully and as ba ufuna benze ntoni because ba apologizile. Haibo omnye ucele uxolo eleli ngomqolo. I didn't see these videos. Dithunyelwe ngabantu zonke ezi videos can't this one. Okay, video omnyoleli ngomqolo emnqamelweni andazi ucela uxolo. Guys, I think into bengayithandanga mna about the situation was how people, that's why I made that comment yokubana ni perfect kaloku nina. Yabo, about the whole perfectionist thing is that abantu, I felt as if abantu were disrespecting them and losing the plot. The difference between holding someone accountable and disrespecting them. Yabo, so I felt as if everyone lena ngoku iyasuka ngoku kule plot ingathi yakwenye indawo, but xa nabo ke ukuba nale attitude bazothina abantu ungabi nezinto zothetha iwesibeni bacinga nqoma yini guys inoba mistake, and nalapho ayikwazi uba mistake kaloku because you would have obviously done research. Nalapho ndiyacinga kwa before the video ndiye ndacinga ubana hayi man, as influencers mostly babig bona yabo, they like macro influencers, so obviously like bane teams yabo, like yabona masibathetha about i-managers zabo and whatever. Are you trying to tell me kwezi teams zabo akho noyi-one oye wathi masingayenzi okanye masingayithathi because of this? Bonke babone i-right kind of come impazamo ziyenzeka, and mna I'm the last person to judge because mistakes ndakhe ndazenza. But at the same time I was like, but kaloku ngabantu aba, awunokwenza impazamo enjeyana ulide abantu astray okanye umislead abantu especially ke ngokule into human trafficking. Shem guys, mna ndicela uxolo. I fully support you guys for yonke le nto niyenzayo, yonke le movement niyenzayo. If my video somehow made you guys think ukuthi I'm with them, no. I did see another comment ebisithi bana ivideo yakho ewe uthi it's about the victims, but kaloku it's as if like I'm pushing a false narrative. Now, I was mainly worried about victims as Russia. So okay, if Umtu agrees with me on that video about the victims, then sharp. But anything else, you shouldn't be agreeing with me, because and I'm going to delete the video. I'll show you guys the comments of like the people like explaining. Wait, let me do it now. Because I'm deleting the video, I wanted to show you guys some of the comments ne, and understand like with like understanding the severity of the situation, and that the information being denied, it wasn't enough for me to make that video, because the effects being denied isn't enough. Yabo, there's not valid as well, dingacho. So disrespectful comments get kind of hoye, because anaxesha lonto leyo umna into endithandayo is constructive criticism, and the fact that nikwazi ongixelela respectfully ukuba chumanco plot uyiphosile ngoku. Appreciate each and every individual that took their time to engage and inform me ngezi zinto. This is a lesson learned ukubana before you make a video khawuqala uqale research, because umnandiva namhlanje lento yaseRussia kanti kudala iqhuba before you pages abantu ndibe mna ndingayazi yabo. So this is also to spread awareness to anyone who didn't know about it. School, like yo uyibona ba ke ngoku ndiqombe isevere nyani at school they approach ngoura uthi ura acunanca video yakho ndithi ntontombi wandicacisela your favorite creators are saying respectfully abayazi babona funeke benze into ndathi ura uyaphosisa wathi ubani nje bengathi wena uyabathethela ndithi ura ndibathetheleli wathi ura ntombi. I love the fact that no ura like uyawaza kumbatha antombi video yakho yabo ndithandile lonto. Abantu came to me respectfully batha antombi uyiphosile ngoku khawuqalise uhambe uyoyiqonda ekuqaleni before assume from as tiny videos was bonileyo. So I apologize, love you loads, continue doing what you guys are doing, and I fully support it. If there's petitions that I have to sign or donations or whatever, you can send it to me. I'll definitely sign it, because
majority of the influencers that participated in that Alabuga Start program in Russia, that participated in promoting that campaign, have now come out with basically like explanations, statements, apologies, I guess. Before I move on with the video, I just want to address something really quickly. A lot of people seem to think that I was excusing or pardoning Cyan Bougie. No. My intention in that statement was never to pardon or excuse Cyan the bougiest. I love her to bits, but she was part of the problem because she was one of the influencers that didn't do any due diligence. She didn't research before she started to promote this campaign. My intention was to say that she was the first, if not one of the first influencers to remove the video, which caused a chain reaction for the rest of the influencers and TikTokers to remove their videos as well. Because these videos being up are still harmful to especially kids 18s to 22 that are not aware that this program is trending right now for all the wrong reasons, and they're taking this information and still trying to apply. So all the influencers and TikTokers that posted apology videos in regards to the situation were proving what I was saying right. They do not participate in responsible influencing, because the majority of them said that they found out about this program and the only thing they searched up was which other influencers worked with this particular brand. And then some were saying that they were recommended by influencers that are in the same space as them. So because of that, they assumed that it was a reliable campaign. So essentially what they're saying is that they didn't even check the website to see if this program even exists. They didn't go further and look at TikTok videos, open comment sections to see what is being said about this program. They didn't go and search up the program on Google, because the first thing you see when you search this program on Google are articles, some that go back as far as 2 years ago. So you guys just went and checked who worked with the brand. Like, I don't understand. This is proving my point even further. You guys do not participate in responsible influencing. Next time you're going to be advertising or promoting a product or service that's going to harm your followers again. The Department of International Relations and Corporations has said that the South African government is actively investigating reports of foreign programs that recruit South Africans under false pretenses. In an article by Business Tech, it also says that the South African government is yet to find any credible evidence that job offers in Russia are inconsistent with their stated purpose. However, the government has noted the alleged recruitment of young by the Alabuga company. Tembekile Mpongose, Secretary General of the Commission, has said that there is not much concrete evidence of people going there to suffer. Like, our government disappoints me every single time. Like, these statements are giving, we don't want to stir up anything with Russia because we are part of BRICS. Every influencer and TikToker needs to do due diligence. You need to make sure that before you promote a product, service, or brand to hundreds of thousands or millions of people, that you are saying this with certainty that this product, service, or brand will not harm the person that you are promoting this product, service, or brand to. Be responsible in your influencing. That's all we ask.
For legal reasons, everything contained in this video is alleged. It comes at no surprise, at least to me, that South African influencers were found participating in a campaign that allegedly aids the trafficking of Black South African women into Russia. In fact, women of color from various parts of the world, I hear, into Russia. Right? Because we as a South African society have normalized crime as a component of lifestyle content creation. We have silently or loudly watched too many of our faves drugging, pimping, trafficking, and stealing from young girls on a weekly basis in clubs, in house parties, and in other small ways. Alabuga ba graduatile fela. I'm not specifically accusing the ones who participated in this campaign of pimping, of drugging, of trafficking, of stealing, previously at least. It's just to say that across the board, our standard for morality in South Africa has sunken so low that scamming and harming the lives of others has become an issue of not if, but when. The day my fave is found to be a trafficker, a pimp, I will stand 10 toes down behind them. Because I can assure you, even if the person who was found to be participating in this was me, you guys were gonna cuss me out and be mad for exactly 24 hours. It would be, gay ele e bolelang thata. Oh, I always knew Letabo had a dark spirit. Oh yeah, every time he came as a lady, I never liked him. And then literally 24 hours later, I would come to my room, set up my camera, talk about something completely unrelated, and it would be, my fave. I knew I could trust you. My fave, you were just getting your bag. My fave, you have to eat too. My fave, how else will you buy matcha from Ropes? My fave, how else will you afford sushi from Ming? When Letabo speaks, I listen. Oh, I could listen to Letabo's voice all day. Letabo's voice is soothing, even if there are crimes and tones of human trafficking, undertones of human trafficking. I love of the influencer wife with the Ginza husband. The influencer has a failing business that the husband uses to clean money, the glorification of that type of lifestyle. Right? And it's also in the fact that South Africans are some of the most desperate people I have ever come across. South Africans you see that statement, money is the root of all evil? South Africans think that being content is the root of all evil. South Africans are encouraged to want to accumulate wealth, not have a better quality of life or access to things that previous generations didn't have. It's so that you can use wealth to avoid accountability, so you can dominate and intimidate others. This is also why South Africans continuously fall for these foreign fake pastors, because you guys don't believe in God, you believe in miracles. You guys don't want spiritual growth or to get a better relationship with the Lord. You just want prosperity and abundance. so that you can use that abundance to harm other people. Also, why I am not satisfied with the argument that the only reason why someone would end up being involved in Alabuga is if they didn't read the fine print or if they didn't do enough research, knowing very well that the average South African would be willing to traffic another person with full knowledge. Do you know how many people are willing to get you on a plane to Russia? Bailo Robert Alile Russian, let's nang luntula left. A war criminal, and they would sleep peacefully at night. They would not need a sleeping tablet. They would not need melatonin. They would not need raid sounds or ASMR. Do you know how many South Africans are willing to put someone in a truck to help drug someone, to sell someone into sexual slavery, to make sure that they're the reason why some nigger named Helga in Russia relax. Do you know how many of them would sleep peacefully at night knowing that that is how they're making their money? So you guys are banking too much on their morality and their innocence being the reason why they just blindly signed the contract, blindly said yes to whatever is in the brief. Even if the email or the message from Tabiseng or Lux or whoever is allegedly recruiting these people had come and said, hey, my love, so siyotengisa abantu. That would be the average response, my dear. But another issue is that our standards for intellect are so unbelievably low. You guys are going to, it's not that deep yourselves into being trafficked. Whenever a creator does something that is worth criticism, it's always, you guys just want to cancel them out of jealousy because they're the same age as you and you're in two different positions with them being in a better position. Oh no, you guys just don't like it when people laugh. Oh no, you guys make everything so seriously. Oh no, so you guys never interrogate the creators that you consume. You never interrogate their messaging. You never interrogate the brands they promote. You never interrogate the ideas and isms that they perpetuate. You never even interrogate the harmful and toxic men that they date publicly. You guys will never even question the fact that they're in some friend groups where one has a rape case. Because again, this influencer is my fave and I'm not gonna make it deep. And the thing is, you guys don't realize that certain influencers are literally using bimboism and stupidity as the way to avoid accountability. Some of them literally play dumb and play along because they know that if you guys expect them to do the stupid thing, you never consider them smart enough to be held accountable. You never consider them smart enough to make a change. You never consider them smart enough to actually be sorry. I need to truly be sorry for doing something wrong. I need to understand why it's wrong. And if you think these people are too stupid to understand, you're going to let them be because they're going to say sorry for something they don't know. You don't even expect them, once they've been presented with this information from other creators, from the news, from an article, you don't even expect them to be able to comprehend the information in front of them, so you let them be. You let them get away with not being sorry or giving a half-assed apology or never addressing it ever at all. And it also makes me wonder, why are you guys so comfortable with consuming stupid people's content? The problem is, right, you guys say that we all need creators whose work is not intelligent enough to be critiqued. Because I think a part of being critiqued is also making interesting stuff. Right? That's the thing. And you guys will be like, but guys, it's also like during that whole Mini Lamini and Mac G saga, people are like, but guys, Mac G is so stupid. When I watch Mac G's podcast, I don't expect him to say anything smart. So like when he says all these dumb things, you guys also need to understand that Mac G doesn't flush the toilet after he poops. Mac G literally looks like he has bad breath. Like Mac G, the dread sign, the knickknacks. Like that guy is not smart. Okay, then why are you watching dumb people? Why are you having your notifications on for that stupid person? Week in, week out, you're watching Mac G's podcast. You're buying his whatever alcohol brand. You're donating to the channel. Why are you donating, supporting stupidity? Why are you going to the live shows to watch stupidity? But guys, Zile man, la tsebo re Zile o jwang, Zile o etsa di-joke, ke mopedi o ka lamang ditafole, o ithekisetsa atjha. So it's interesting enough for his jokes to be laughed at. Interesting enough for the atcha to be bought. You trust him enough to consume an edible product that he's selling to you. He's interesting enough for you to tune in weekly, every single week, but suddenly he's too stupid to be held accountable for engaging in this behavior. But guys, you know, Seema's not the brightest star, guys. Like, Seema, you know, when I watch Seema, Seema is interesting enough for you guys to watch all of her pranks with Ghost Loop. You know the location of every single one of their pranks. You can name every single time they've gotten back together and broken up. Or Tasa lipstick or lip gloss. Yeah, Seema. Every week, oh, I'm here for Seema in the YouTube comments. But suddenly, she's so stupid, she cannot be held accountable. But I will applaud her for one thing. She's the only one who truly said sorry without ever having to involve the cosmos, the universe, the price of bread, and pronouns. Speaking of pronouns and bread, the episode of the podcast dropping tomorrow, YPO, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, is actually about the imaginary link between pronouns and the price of bread. And I'm going to whack Miss Mamas in tomorrow's episode, so y'all better watch it. My English teacher used to say, you guys are old enough to drink, to smoke, to make babies, and to vote. You are doing all of that, but you're not studying for English paper 2, and you're writing your matric finals. You guys trust these people to vote, right? Because their vote affects me, it affects you. You trust Seema, Zile, Sayen, all these people to vote. They can drink, they can have children, they can smoke. But you don't trust them to read a contract? You don't trust them to read a contract? This is exactly why Gates McKenzie has a seat in parliament. Net for that day. And don't even get me started on Cyan. I do not like Cyan's content. I do not like anything she puts out purely because she is a mean girl. And not a mean girl in this like oversimplified, infantilized, oh my gosh, girl. No. The way she speaks in her vlogs, the way she speaks to you, her fans, is rubbish. You guys are so hurt that Cyan, the only thing she could say about this is that she's ignoring drama, as if the potential to harm and traffic people is drama. Walilai. I've never been an enjoyer of Cyan Bushi's content because of how mean she is. Right? And when people like Cyan Bushi become famous, it's not because of this miracle, it's because they are reflective of the kind of society we are in. You guys make people like Cyan Bushi famous because you're mean girls exactly like her and you get to live vicariously through her. Some of you guys, poverty and lack of fame are the reasons why you cannot be as mean as you want to be. Her access, her privilege, lets her get away with saying some of the nastiest things and having some of the nastiest attitudes towards other people. And even in her caption when she says, oh my gosh, I'm ignoring the drama, as if trafficking is simply a hot take ebandaya on Twitter. Well, a liar, because you guys have taught her that. You guys let her get away with being an ass for way too long because you guys are just like her. You guys are just like her. When she was allegedly involved in a car accident and left her friend allegedly at the wreck, you should have never entertained her. But that is where you guys became so attracted to her. That's where, I don't know. That's when you guys became interested in her. Because again, Denizwe Nani. When her and Seema were in that weird back and forth, the one calling the one rugby shoulders, the one calling Mamoroto, both of them were the same in the situation because they are all mean girls in the same way. Seema literally came on here to call people abowaka, being fat phobic, saying, oh, should I eat a burger? And you all stood by and laughed because you are just like them.
Hello Mzansi, welcome to Mgosa Mzansi. If today is your first time visiting this channel, please do the right thing and click the subscribe button, and also don't forget to smash the like button. Ma South Africans are all bumping mshini kesana. They are saying ukuthi lama influencers lawa angenda noma ngabe yini for imali. Why didn't they do proper investigation? Ba check kahle ukuthi lento lesiyipromotako ngiyona, instead of just jumping for the money babone nje ibheke bona bafune ukuhola. And people are even saying ukuthi some of them, they don't even show remorse, like Posain Boji nabuzile, they are so quiet. Oh qwaka usayin uze wayobhala ukuthi drama ignored. Kanjani kanjani? After wena uhambise abantu abebantu, after wena upromote into le traffic abantu abebantu, kanjani uthona drama ignored? So there are some influencers like Bosi Yamthanda labeni lema video basho ukuthi bona bayaxolisa, they didn't know ukuthi le program lena was really happening. Yamthanda even said ukuthi yena uyile Russia wayobona and she didn't see anything suspicious nani, but people are saying ukuthi that is not enough. That's why nina ignore into letibalekile la South Africa, into leti affectako la South Africa, because nibodomkopo into nicabanga njena leniyathi imali kushutha imali kude lokutheni lenake engqondweni. So people are just saying ukuthi xolisa kwenu njena kukho enough, because why nende lokuleni kwendile. Some are even saying ukuthi these people knew what they were doing from the start. They knew exactly ukuthi kwentakala ngale Alabuga yabo. Please do comment what you think below down on the comment section. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. This is the end of my video. I'm signing out. Good.